Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's me. You know that. This is my mom. Some of you might know that. And this is Baxter. He's a terror. If you saw the last video that my mom was in, I did tell you that there were little terrors in the background, and he's the one who makes the most noise. So just wanted to give you a face to blame if there ends up being loud barking, squealing, or growling in the background of this video. It's the 6-pound monster. So today I have brought my mother back on by popular demand. Everybody seemed to really like her when she was on here last, which is hilarious. Not that you're not likable. That's not what I meant. But
thanks, man.
But because everybody liked her so much when she was on last time, I thought it would be fun if I brought her on to talk about our favorites of 2023. It's kind of end of year video season. Everybody's making like their 2023 yearly video, and I was gonna make one where I talked about kind of a favorite from every category, but then I thought maybe I should get mom involved. And so between the two of us, we have a favorite from every category. We also agree on a lot of these. But really the criteria to be in the video was not necessarily that it came out in 2023, but we had to try it in 2023. So that's where we're at. That's how we picked our favorites. A lot of these are not new to the market, but they're new to us.
And they're fabulous.
Yes, best ever. And we try a lot of stuff, so I think we would know. I got it from her, the insane addiction to makeup, and then mine like spiraled out of control. Yes. As I'm sure you know if you've seen any of my recent collection videos, and if you haven't, I'll link them in the description. Check those out. Shameless plug. Anyway, without any further rambling, let's get into it. So like I said, we have a product from every category, and I have the primer of 2023, I think. I don't really try that many primers anymore. I feel like I'm kind of off the primer train for the most part, but I did try this one, and it is so damn good. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. So this got really popular because everybody was saying it was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter with like the doe foot and the glowy base thing. And I would say it's similar, and they do a similar thing, but I don't think it's a dupe because the Charlotte Tilbury one has a lot less coverage. Like this one has like full-on pigment to it. And the Charlotte Tilbury one is also kind of like almost sparkly when you spread it all over your face. And this one is just shiny. There's no discernible sparkle at all. It's just shiny. And it's like a little bit less shiny than the Charlotte Tilbury one. But some people are into that. Some people don't want the like sparkles and super shiny, see it from space kind of thing under your makeup, right?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, and some people also want more coverage out of a product. So if that's you, or you just really want to save some money, this is similar enough that I don't necessarily think you need both if you're not super extra. But I don't think it's a dupe. That being said, it's still super, super good, and I do highly recommend it. It is the best primer I tried all year, for sure. I also had the foundation pick for 2023. That being said, it's also her favorite foundation of the year, but she didn't try it this year, so I get to talk about it. This, if you've been here literally at all and heard me talk about this, I'm sure you already know. It's the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is not just my favorite foundation of 2023. It's currently my favorite foundation in my collection, period. Like full stop, my favorite foundation right now. This checks every box of what I love in a foundation. It's super, super thin, like serum-y kind of texture so that it doesn't emphasize any of your pores or anything like that. It's got a dewy finish that I absolutely love, but in contrast to a lot of foundations that don't dry down matte, the lasting power on this is still like crazy. I wear this out to like baseball games and all night events and all kinds of stuff, and it literally stays on perfectly. Like, I don't know. It's $50 a bottle. It's really expensive foundation, but like, I get it a little because it's crazy.
And I have to interrupt and say that it checks all of my boxes too. And we have very different skin types. I'm oily, she's dry. I'm old, she's not. But yet we both love it. There's just something so special about this. It is amazing. And it looks beautiful I think, on both of us.
Yeah.
And lasting. Oh my gosh. Absolutely lasting.
It's crazy.
It's give it a shot.
Yeah, I really
it.
can't
You'll love
really
it.
think of very many people that this foundation wouldn't work for unless you really don't like the dewy foundation thing. If you don't like the dewy finish thing, then yeah, you probably wouldn't like it. But if you do, like even if you're oily, it works. It's wild, seriously. Best foundation.
So I wanted to talk to you about the NARS Soft Complete Concealer. Now this isn't concealer that goes under your eyes. That would be crazy.
Not unless you have like perfect under eye skin that never gets dry or wrinkly or literally anything.
If you're 12, it's going to be great. But I'm not. Maddie uses this on her
Acne.
well, I was going to say her problem pimples. I don't get those anymore. So what I have found this to be the best use of, and I'm not kidding you, age spots. And let's face it, the older we get, the more age spots we get. And I just pop a little of that on my age spots, cover it up with my NARS Reflecting Light Foundation, and it is a winner. I need to tell my mother about this because she's been asking me about what to do about age spots. And here it is, Mom. Buy it. It's cheap. Love you.
Yeah, that's an amazing concealer. I'm pretty sure in the same way that she got me on the light reflecting foundation, I'm pretty sure I got her on the Soft Matte Complete. It's a banger. If you have age spots, yeah, it works, but then I use it for acne. And something that's really interesting about it is the texture of it is really different from any other concealer that I've ever tried, I think. And it like blurs over stuff. And so like if I have a pimple that's like sticking up off my face, it makes it look flatter.
I remember those.
No, it's super weird.
I remember those a lot of times. I wish that would have been around when I had those big.
No, it's wild. Like, I mean, obviously it doesn't make it completely flat, but it makes it look a lot less obvious. I don't know. It's wild. Seriously.
Those poppy ass pimples. Oh.
So annoying. Anyway, yeah, great concealer.
Then after, well, no, I don't use that under my eyes. We've talked about that. But what I do use under my Lancome concealer that, if you saw the last video I was in, love. And I found this. I don't know if Maddie told me about it or if I saw somebody else.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This is the best little powder to put underneath your eyes.
It's from Pat McGrath, by the way.
Sorry, Pat McGrath. She's awesome.
You know Pat McGrath is my girl. If you've been here before, me and Pat.
And this is how it looks. And I did get this year, but the minute I got it, I dropped it on the floor and it shattered in a million pieces. But I'm going to tell you what. You put your concealer on, take a brush underneath that. No.
Creasing.
Yeah, that's it. No creasing. It's fantastic. I love it. I couldn't talk more about it. It's a staple.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have mine as well. I didn't try it this year, but I have the same thing. And I also dropped mine, and then I got down on my bathroom floor and like scraped it up off the floor with a little metal spatula tool and like into a little e.l.f. container. So now I have it as like a loose powder because I'm a little gremlin for it. Because it's expensive. I'm not going to lie. It's Pat McGrath. I think it's great, though. It brightens your under eyes really well. And also, yeah, it's like white, like the color white. It goes under your eyes more translucent than that, but it's definitely still pretty bright. So if you're not fluorescent pale, there are deeper, yeah, like us, there are deeper shades available if you're not like literally the color of uncooked chicken. We're going to move on to some cheek products. I'm a big cheek product girl myself. I don't know if you try a lot of cheek products, but I do.
I can't find any that I love.
Well, you love that one. Which brings us to...
Well, that's not a cheap product.
Bronzer? Yes, it is.
Well, okay, but that's... Well, okay. I use it on my cheeks. Not just right here. And I use it on here. And I use it here.
So this is her bronzer favorite. It's the Rare Beauty bronzer stick.
It's my Rare Beauty bronzer stick. And I'm going to tell you something. This is no kidding. I bought into the Westman
Atelier ones.
Westman Atelier. And I was like, oh, this has to be the best because it's so expensive. I'm sure it's going to be great. It is. No. It is not.
It's pretty mediocre.
It's very mediocre.
It's all right.
Mario, I bought that one too.
I like it. It's good.
It's fine. This is where it's at.
And it's also the cheapest out of all of those.
And I'm kind of a high quality type. Want to buy things expensive because I think it makes it seem better, even though it isn't. This is a banger. Banger.
It's a banger.
Selena.
Nailed it. Yeah. I would have talked about that one if I had tried it in 2023, but I did not. Yeah. Best bronzer stick, just like ever. It blends like nothing. Like it's so just like easy to blend. It dries down to like a powder type finish, so it lasts a really long time. It's like, so I'm going to talk about my blush favorite that I tried this year, and believe it or not, it is not a cream blush. I am such a cream blush girly. I am so obsessed with cream blushes, and I've tried many really good ones this year as well. But the one that really like surprised me and impressed me the most was a powder blush. And it's also from Revlon. So I got it on like Amazon for I think $9 or something. This is the Revlon. It's just the powder blush. And the shade is Apricot. Like apricot, but cute. Which you would think would be like a really orangey peachy shade. But it's actually pretty like neutral pink. But that's what I really like about it. Is this shade of pink is really versatile. And for some reason, it just kind of goes with everything. Like, it's not super cool pink, it's not super warm pink, but depending on what you pair it with on your face, it can either look like mauve-y if you're wearing it with cool tones, or like peachy if you're wearing it with warm tones, almost nude. Like, it goes so many directions, and it's like it just molds itself to whatever else you have on your face. It's crazy. I don't know. The formula is beautiful. It's really, really smooth. It blends super easy. It's not totally matte. It has a little bit of like a satin finish, but it's not like shimmery either. So, I mean, this is just like a ridiculously adaptable blush. It's the best of everything. I don't know. And at that price, it's like, I'm obsessed with this. I used this for like weeks at a time after I first bought it. And that's a high endorsement for me because I have a ton of blush.
I was going to say, well, Revlon, that's pretty high damn praise.
It is. Highly recommend. Get your hands on it if you can. Amazon, $9. And finally, for cheek products, I also have a highlighter favorite that I tried this year. And it's like one of my favorite highlighters, period, right now. This is from Rare Beauty. This is their powder highlighter. Dude.
Go, Selena.
Selena never misses. Sidebar, Rare Beauty never misses. Everything I've tried from them becomes like an instant favorite in my collection. And it's like cheaper than most of the other stuff at Sephora. Wild. But this highlighter is in the shade Exhilarate. And it's like insanely beautiful. It's like a baked kind of formula. Hello, that's Winston. He's the other terror.
This is the other one.
He's slightly less terrifying, terrible than the other one.
Hi.
Hi, Winston. Yeah, but the highlighter in Exhilarate is insane. I bought this during the Sephora sale, I think at the beginning of the year. It is an incredibly thin texture. Like, it's not at all that like thick, creamy kind of highlighter. For me, that really emphasizes texture really bad. This is super thin. And it's very beaming and kind of glittery. So if you're not into that, you probably won't love this. But I'm into like see it from space kind of highlighter. And if that means having glitter, I'm cool with that. But like, look how shiny that is. Like, wow.
It's beautiful. Just not on these eyes.
It also doesn't have a super strong base color, so it doesn't leave like a stripe on your cheek. Like if you're looking from the front, you're not really going to see anything, but if you turn to the side, it's like, boom, it's awesome. Like from the front, you don't see much, and then
that's the way you want it to be, though.
Yeah, all good highlighters should do that. If it leaves a stripe, that's not a good thing. But yeah, this is just like top-notch cream of the crop highlighter in my collection right now. I can't really think of very many I love more than this one right now. This is top tier.
Well, I'm going to talk about
some brow products.
Some brow products. Kosas. Oh my goodness. I saw Kimberly Oh, beautiful over 50 or something. Sorry, Kimberly. I saw this. I saw you do this and it was awesome and you loved it. And our coloring is very similar. So I thought, I need to get some of that. What I found, first of all, is that I've been buying eye products.
Eyebrow.
Eyebrow. I've been buying
Those things that are above your eyes.
These things that I barely have any since I plucked them all out in the 80s. Anyway, I've been buying way too dark, way too dark. So I finally took it on her recommendation to buy taupe. And so I did, and it's lovely. But when I bought this, it came in a package with this. And I know Maddie talked about this on one of her videos, and I have to tell you what, I got it before she did.
Well, I just got it in my most recent haul video. I've had it for like a month.
I've had it for longer, and this is so great. It goes on. It's just got the tiniest little brush.
Yeah.
And it goes on so nicely. It doesn't look like it's hairsprayed or glued.
Yeah.
Which I used to use the Anastasia, sorry. You know, I'm old. I forget things. Anyway, and it would look like I could see like glue.
It can kind of, like, you know, the ones that make your eyebrows look kind of shiny.
No, I could see like sometimes even.
Oh yeah, sometimes it'll also dry and turn like white.
Yeah, I didn't like that so much. But anyway, this is awesome, awesome, banger. If you can get the set, they're probably doing it. Well, they're probably doing
it's
it
Christmas
for
time, so it's probably another one.
But love this little duo.
Yeah, I just got my hands on the Airbrow gel, and it's definitely, I've been using it a lot. It doesn't give you the laminated brow thing. It's not very sticky. A lot of what the brow gels that are in right now are super sticky, and they're supposed to like slick your eyebrows to your face. That won't do that, but it will hold them up and also serve as a really good like canvas for your pencil or your whatever you put on top of it. Yeah. So I really like that. It also never crumbles out of your eyebrow like some glues, like some of the gels do, and it doesn't look shiny. So all good things. I really like it. I've only had it for a month, but I agree it's a great brow gel.
I wanted to talk about eyeshadow primer. This is True and Luscious Angel Eyes. I got this on Amazon. I love it. Let me tell you why I love it. Many years ago, probably before you all were born, I used to use Estee Lauder, and it was called Barely Mauve. And it was the best eyeshadow stay. It was the best. It was kind of a lavender color, lilac, so that you could see what you were putting your eyeshadow over, and it was awesome. They discontinued it. I'm not going to lie to you. I went on eBay, and I was spending like as much money as they were asking for me to be able to keep having some of that around. But
see, she says she's not as bad of a makeup addict as I am, but like what kind of addict move is that?
But it all got used, and I've gone through so many others, so many. But this is fantastic. It's thick. It's
like tacky?
It's not necessarily tacky, but it's just it goes on really thick, and it's skin color.
It's tinted.
It's tinted skin color, which
our skin color.
Our skin color. But if it were lilac, I would even love it better. But it's right up there. I mean,
it is kind of thick. It's like moussey.
I thought that it was, going to be inexpensive when I went to Amazon to buy it. It's $22, but this will last you. I think I got this maybe in February.
Oh wow, that too?
Of this year.
That's pretty good.
And it's still got a lot in it.
It's real pigmented. I squeezed out way too much.
It's going to keep on going for probably another, hopefully not until it discontinues, but it's give it a shot. Give it a shot. I love it.
I mean, it's cheaper than like the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, so.
Which I hate.
It's not
Hate
that
it.
good. Overrated.
Hate it.
Overrated.
Terrible. And the one for old people, oh my God.
The anti-aging one?
It's nothing but a greasy damn mess.
They do get greasy. That's the thing with the Urban Decay when it gets really greasy.
But I mean, the ones for the older people are like, I shake it and I put it on and I'm like, and it's just nothing but like Vaseline. Oh, not really, but just
I get it though.
But just like oily.
By the way, if you are still using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, switch it out for the Milani one and thank me later.
I've tried that one too, and I'm not kidding you. Better.
So we both had eyeshadows that we wanted to talk about, and we figured that we could just both talk about them because they're in different categories of eyeshadows. So I have singles that I want to talk about, which is weird because I have a massive eyeshadow palette collection, and I love them. I love my palettes, but this for me has been the year of the single shadow looks. I will put on, my thing this year has been to put on a liquid, neutral shadow in my crease and blend that.
One and done.
And then I'll put a glitter on my eyelid, and that's it. And that's my go-to interview look. That's my look at the hospital if I'm going to class, whatever, because it's just quick and easy and I don't really have to think about it. So I picked out some shadows that have been my favorites for that kind of look. So for the liquid in the crease kind of shadows, I've tried a bunch this year. The best ones, hands down, are the About Face ones. Halsey's brand from Ulta. These are so good. I've tried the Rare Beauty one, which is nice. I've tried the Moira ones, which are okay. I've tried some from the drugstore. I tried the Wet n Wild one. That one sucked. I've tried a bunch. The About Face ones are the best ones, hands down. I have two shades. One of them is kind of a cooler beigeier one, and that one is called Smell Before Rain. And then this one is the pinkier brown, and that one's called Capulets, I think. Yeah, Capulets. They're not that expensive. I think full price, they're $16, $14-16. I got them when they went on sale for 21 Days of Beauty, so they were $8. And I would absolutely do it again. They're so good. Nothing blends like these. Nothing lasts like these. Nothing is as pigmented as these. These are the best ones. By far.
I'm going to have to try them.
Yeah, you are. You really should. They have every color known to mankind also. So if you're looking for a color of liquid eyeshadow, I guarantee you that line has it. It's crazy. Seriously, and the packaging is so just nice. The fact that they don't roll all over my table is great. I don't know. They're just satisfying to, I don't know. I'm sometimes a packaging geek, and so this is just nice. So for my glitters, though, what I put on top of the liquid matte shadow, I mean, the go-to for me this year has been either my ColourPop Super Shocks. Those are not at all new to me. I've had those for a very long time, but the one that I picked up this year, because everybody's raving about it, is the Urban Decay Moondust Shadow in Space Cowboy. Everyone's been talking about Space Cowboy, and it's for a reason. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very similar to ColourPop Ritz. People calling it a dupe, I disagree. Ritz has bigger chunks of glitter. These glitters are incredibly, incredibly fine. And also Ritz, I think, has more of a brown base. It's a little bit of a taupier, darker base. It's not dark, but it's darker than the base on this. The base on this is a really, really, really light brown that almost becomes translucent once you blend it out. And the glitters are so tiny that you can barely even see them. I mean, they just look like kind of a wet, shiny look.
Beautiful.
Ritz definitely has bigger glitter particles and a darker base. Both are awesome. I highly recommend both of them, but I get why this one's more expensive because it's just kind of a little bit more refined. And lately I've been using it more, honestly. As much as I love Ritz, I've been using this one constantly. So yeah, I know they're expensive, but it's really good.
You get what you pay for sometimes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get on to an eyeshadow palette. I'm sure it's not new. I'm sure it's been around the block for many years. But let me tell you what happened.
I think it just came out last year, actually.
Don't know when it came out, but I'm going to tell you when it came out to me.
This is ColourPop Smokin' Roses, by the way.
Sorry. Well, I think they can read.
Well,
Smokin'
ColourPop
Roses.
is super small.
ColourPop. Okay, Smokin' Roses. If you can't read, okay. It's beautiful, beautiful. And let me tell you what happened. I think Maddie told you on one of her previous videos that her dad and I were going on a cruise. I was in a big tizzy because I was thinking to myself, how in God's name am I going to get all of the compacts that I use into the suitcase? And I only wanted to take one. And so
these are the tough choices for the makeup girlies.
So I started, looking around. And I came, and this checked every one of my personal boxes because I love my pinks. I love my purples, my mauves. You can see where I've had my fingers in it. But anyway, my pinks, my mauves, all of it, loved. And this is one of the palettes I took. But
the shimmers, by the way, are crazy gorgeous. Look at that shine. Like, ColourPop makes really great eyeshadow, but even I was surprised when she let me start, like, kind of sticking my fingers in it. I was like, those are crazy. Like, even for ColourPop, those are crazy shimmers.
It's such a winner. Such a winner. Have it on today. I love it. Love it. But I thought, well, I can't just take one eyeshadow palette.
That would be crazy. One eyeshadow palette?
So then I found this on Smashbox. Cover Shot Punked Eye Palette. I found it on, I'm not sure if I bought it on Nordstrom or if I bought it on Sephora. It doesn't matter. But it filled some other empty areas. And so between the two of these, 2 weeks on a vacation, 2 little palettes, I packed one suitcase.
Nailed it.
It was awesome.
So for the cool tone girlies and the pink girls, we got you covered. So I had a mascara favorite from this year that I wanted to talk about. All honesty, I don't remember if I tried this at the beginning of this year or the very end of last year, but I've gotten most of my use out of it in the year 2023, so I think it still counts. This is the Tartelette tubing mascara. So I am a huge tubing mascara girly. It's great for like at the hospital because it never comes off. The kind of draw of tubing mascaras is that they don't smudge, they don't flake, they don't like run, nothing happens to them, and they will not come off unless you wipe them off with warm water. And so when you need something to last literally like a 12-hour shift at the hospital, a tubing mascara for me works really well, especially when I have to like wear a mask and my breath starts to fog up my eyes and all kinds of nonsense like that. Tubing mascaras are great for that. So my favorite has always been the Thrive Cosmetics, the liquid lash extensions one. And then I tried this one. Again, I don't remember if it was the very beginning of this year or the end of last year, but regardless, it is super, super good. This is an amazing tubing mascara. I think I like the Thrive one more for a little bit more of a dramatic look. It definitely adds more volume than this one does. But if you want your eyelashes to be just a little more black and then a little bit longer and then just kind of fluffed out, this does that perfectly. So if you're a girl who wants like the very dramatic, fluffy eyelashes, Thrive would be more your thing. But as an everyday tubing mascara, I like this one a lot better actually because it's not as like wham-pow dramatic as the Thrive one can be. It's awesome. And I mean, it lasts every bit as well as the Thrive. It never makes my eyelashes weighed down. And then obviously because it's a tubing formula, it doesn't smudge. And it washes off just as easily, too. Some mascaras that are tubing formulas can be really hard to get off your eyes. This one comes off every bit as easily. So I love both of the formulas equally, but I use them for different things, if that makes sense. So if you're a Thrive girl, I think you would like this as well if you want, like, the everyday lash look.
Okay, now I want to get into an eyeliner.
Well, that's not a new formula, right?
Of course it's not a new Of course it's not a new formula. It's not a new formula at all. It's Urban Decay 24/7. And guess what? I am the dodo egg that hadn't tried this before. So...
Well, no, you tried the formula, just not that shade.
No.
You've had a bunch of the 24/7 liners.
Oh.
You just haven't tried that one. You can still talk about it.
I didn't know that they were the 24/7. Anyway. Urban Decay. This is Empire, which is beautiful. I love it. It's a beautiful shade. That's not my point. That's not my point. Oh, Maddie's gonna show you. She's gonna waste my shade.
It's like a navy blue, but it's a little bit purple.
No, it's eggplant. It's an eggplant.
Why was my brain saying navy purple?
It's yeah. Okay, whatever.
Eggplant works.
Here's what my point is. When Maddie's dad and I went to Europe, we flew over on an overnight flight.
Without me.
Without her. Thank God. But I have not always been one to spend a lot of money on eyeliner. Revlon. Probably one of my most Revlon Color Stay. Probably the one I've purchased most in my life. So, get up in the morning, put on my Revlon Color Stay. We fly to Europe. I get up after a little sleep on the plane. Walk into the bathroom, and I have got eyeliner.
Oh, no.
Just galore. And I was like, this is my Color Stay. I've always relied on my Revlon Color Stay. What happened to you, Revlon Color Stay?
Why not? You betrayed me in my time of need.
Exactly. So I was so upset about that. We fly home, and I used the Urban Decay 24/7. It's not kidding. Fall asleep, get up, off the plane, and I am looking flawless. And I thought...
eyeliner is snatched.
I thought, maybe that's the difference, honestly, between expensive eyeliner and not. But I gotta tell you what, I'm buying this shit in every color. That's what I'm telling you.
Look, I mean, the 24/7 liners are a classic, and there's a reason for it. They really are good. All right, and finally for this video, I wanted to talk about a lip product. So we could have broken this down by like lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss, but I didn't want to do all that. I just want to talk about my favorite lip product that I tried all year. It was a lip gloss. I actually tried it for the first time when we made a video together trying a bunch of new drugstore makeup. The CoverGirl Yummy Glosses have been a staple in my collection since that video. I literally keep this one. This is the shade You're Just Jelly. This is the one I got in that video.
It tastes so sweet.
I have kept this in my purse almost non-stop since then, and that was like June or July, I think. Like, I never go anywhere without this. Then I grabbed this one on an Ulta sale, I think. It's from their, I think it's called the Daylight Collection. They did a line of nudes, and this one's the shade Sunset Skies. They're both so beautiful.
Show them.
I will swatch them. They're both absolutely beautiful. I like the smell of the original line better. It smells kind of like candy or
it smells like your childhood.
Yeah, it just smells like candy and just like yummy things. The nude line smells kind of like pina colada, and it's not bad, but I like this one better.
It smells like not your childhood.
Yeah, this one smells like childhood, and this one smells like adulthood. They're both like a pretty sheer wash of color. Like, you're not gonna get high pigmentation from these. That's You're Just Jelly and that's Sunset Skies. So they're both pretty light pigmentation, which means that even though this is a pretty bold color, I can keep it in my purse and put it on anytime, anywhere, and it will never look over the top. And then, of course, a nude shade goes with everything, right? This is the smoothest, just like butteriest, most hydrating lip gloss formula I think I've ever tried in my life. It's a little bit thicker than what I would compare to like a lip oil. So like if you've ever tried the Tower 28 lip glosses, those are really, really, really thin textures.
Yeah, they are.
Those
very
are super thin. These are thick,
much
but
thicker,
it feels so like yummy is a great word. It just feels yummy and rich on your lips. Never sticky, never gets all gunky on your lips ever. It wears off so beautifully.
Maddie, to me, what it almost feels like is a lip therapy as opposed to a lip gloss.
Like if you've ever used a lip mask, this feels like that.
Yes.
It feels more like a lip mask.
Absolutely.
But it doesn't feel like gunky or sticky. It's just, oh my God, I literally want to put some on right now. Like I literally just carry this around, and whenever my lips feel even slightly dry, I'm slathering this on.
Well,
because it feels so good. Seriously, if I can convince you to buy one lip product ever, buy one of these and thank me later. They are the best lip gloss. Oh my God.
And they're cheap.
And they're cheap. They're like $8, $9, depending on where you buy them. Like, seriously, I want like every shade they make of these so I can have one in every location.
Christmas is coming.
I love them so much. And that about does it.
I was just going to say, I think we've said all we could say this go around. I'm sure we have many more things to say.
We always have something to say.
We always have things to say. But I tell Maddie we have to keep things a little bit short because, you know, I can't take long videos. And I'm sure most people can't either. But anyway, until we see you again, maybe...
Let me give my spiel.
Maybe we'll...
Oh my God, don't take my outro away.
I'm not. Maybe.
She's taking over my channel.
I'm the channel whore. We will maybe do this to me would be awesome, a skincare. Ooh. Because I am not into buying a bunch of different makeup and, well, yeah, I am.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, I am. I kind of am. But as I quit getting younger, I am more into trying more and more skincare products. And Maddie is into them too. So I think that might be a really good next video.
Let us know if you're interested in hearing 2023 favorites for skincare. I've tried
young, old.
I've definitely tried some great skincare products. I have established a very firm routine that I feel like has stopped me from breaking out anywhere near as bad as I have for the last couple years. And I found all of those products in 2023. And she's got some pretty staple products from this year as well. So if you want to hear about those, let us know down below. Thank you very much for watching.
We would love to share.
That's what we're about. We're about sharing is caring around here. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it or you got something out of it, leave a like down below and leave us a comment letting us know what some of your favorites of 2023 were. If you're interested in seeing the rest of my declutter series, our skincare video, more of her, more of me, or whatever, or more of the dogs, hit subscribe down below.
and if you want the dogs, we'll send them on your way. Just kidding.
We're trying to get rid of them.
They're my babies. They are my babies.
Anyway, if you want more of this chaos, hit subscribe. I'd absolutely love to have you. And until the next one, bye guys.
Go ahead.
So, my brain didn't process it until I started talking.
You have a goddamn shot of vodka. That's what I'm doing. Oh, is that good? I'm thinking to myself, how is this oily shit gonna hold my eyeshadow on? I'm thinking this is completely against the rules.
The rules?
That is how I have to blend it in because its skin's not taut. Which at my age it is not.
It's not coffee. It's White Claw.